Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Chaitanya Caritamrta audio class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, so welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Caritamrta. We are on Madhya Lila, chapter 21, the opulence and sweetness of Krishna. In this chapter, so far we have heard Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describing the opulence of Krishna to Sanatana Goswami. And while describing the opulence of Krishna, he spoke this verse from 10th canto, Swayam tu Ashamya Atishaya Tradhishaha. So this verse, which is spoken by it is spoken from third canto, as Uddhavji is speaking this verse. Lord starts explaining this Trayadhishaha, how Krishna, he is a master of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. He is master of three worlds, material world, Goloka, and Vaikuntha, and Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan, Vaikuntha, and material world. He is master of three Purusha avatars, Karanodakshai Vishnu, Shirodakshai, Garbhodakshai, and he is the master of upper, higher, and middle planetary systems. As he's explaining all these wonderful things, he goes into a trance. Love of Krishna awakens in his heart, and he starts explaining the sweetness of Krishna. And he quotes this verse from third canto. Yanmartya lilo paikam swayoga maya balam darshayatang grihita Vismapanam swasya cha saubhagarde param padam bhushana bhushanangam. In this verse, it is described to exhibit the strength of his spiritual potency and martya lilo paikam swayoga. So the Lord manifested a suitable form in this material world to display his spiritual potency. Maya balam darshayatam. And it looked like a human form, but it was yoga maya potency. And this form is so wonderful, it bewilders and attracts even the avatars of Krishna. Swasya cha saubhagarde param padam bhushana bhushanangam. And we heard Mahaprabhu explaining every word of this verse in great detail. And we'll continue from verse number 125. In this section now, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he starts comparing Krishna's beauty with Kam Gayatri mantra. And he says that Krishna is identical to the Kam Gayatri mantra, which has 24 and a half syllables. And this Kam Gayatri mantra, these syllables are compared to the moons that arise in the body of Krishna. So now Mahaprabhu starts describing 24 and a half moons in the body of Krishna. The face of Krishna is one moon. Then the body of Krishna, face of Krishna, it is one moon, and it is the king of all the moons. In the body of Krishna, there are many moons. Amongst all the different moons, the face, Mukhchandra, that is the king of all the moons. And then this king governs all the other moons. Krishna has two cheeks. They are like shining gems. They are like two full moons. So face of Krishna is one moon. Then two cheeks of Krishna are two moons. Then the forehead of Krishna is compared to a half moon. There is a spot of sandalwood which Mother Yashoda puts on Krishna's forehead. That is also a full moon. Then his fingers, the 10 fingers, they are like 10 full moons. Then the 10 toes, they are another full moons. And these full moons, they are dancing on the flute in his hands. So when Krishna plays his flute, the fingers, they dance on the flute. And the song is their song, the song of these fingers. It is the melody of that flute. Then the toenails of Krishna, they are another full moons. And as they dance on the ground, their song is the jingling of the ankle bells which Krishna wears. So they are also dancing, and they are dancing on the jingling of the ankle bells which Krishna wears. The fingers are also dancing. They dance on the flute sound of Krishna. That is a melody on which the fingers dance. And then Mahaprabhu goes on to describe the full moon, the lotus face of Krishna, the Mukhchandra of Krishna. Nache makara kandala, netra nila kamala, vilasi raja satata nachay. Rudhano netra bana, dhanur gana duikan, nari mana laksha bhindetay. So Krishna's face, it is the king. Vilasi Raja. Vilasi Raja means the enjoyer, king. Satata nachay. And this full moon face of Krishna, it makes the eyes dance and the earrings also dance. Nache namakara kundala, netra nila kamala. The eyes of Krishna, they are bluish, dark blue. Nache makara kundala, netra nila kamala. Virasi Raja satata nachay. And the full moon, the face of Krishna is like the king, which is making the eyes dance and the earrings also dance. Then Brudhanu Netravan Dhanur Gana Gulduikan, and the eyebrows are like the bows, and the eyes, they are like the arrows. From the bow of the eyebrows, the arrow of the eyes are shot, and the ears are fixed on the string of that bow. Kaviraj Goswami is a very, very poetic, writer. He makes such wonderful poetry. Ears, Dhanur Gana Duikan. The ears are fixed on the string of that bow, and when the eyes spread to his ears, that is the beautiful eye of Krishna, the big eyes which extend through to the ears. So when this arrow of the eye of Krishna is pulled till the ears and shot, then it pierces the hearts of the gopis. Such a wonderful poetic description Kaviraj Goswami is giving. Ei chandera padanat pasari chandera hat vini mule vilaye nijamrita. Kaho smita jyotsnamrite kahare adharamrite. Saba loka kore apyaita. So the dancing features of his face, ei chandera badanat. The dancing features of this face of the face, they surpass all the other moves. Pasa richan their heart, and they are opening, they're expanding the marketplace of all the other moves. So the face of Krishna, it is a king, and it surpasses all the other full moons. And although this beauty of Krishna's face is priceless, but still Krishna distributes his beauty freely to everyone in Vrindavan. We heard Mahaprabhu glorifying this verse spoken by the ladies of Mathura. Gopyastapah kimacharam yadamushya rupam lavanya sarama samodhvamananya siddham Drigbhi pibanti anusavabhinavam durapam ekantatham yashasa shriya ishwarasya. What tapasya the gopis must have performed. They are drinking this beauty of Krishna through their eyes every day. That beauty of Krishna, that form of Krishna, which is essence of loveliness. Gopyatapakyamacharam yadamushya rupam. This form of Krishna, it is lavalnesaram. It is the essence of loveliness. Asamurtam, nothing is greater than or equal to this form. It is the only abode of Yasha, Shriya, Aishwarya. It is the only abode of beauty, fame, and opulence. So that's how Krishna's beauty is conquering the hearts of the gopis. Eichandera badanat, pasari chandera heart, vini mule vilay nijamrita, vini mule, without taking any price, Krishna is distributing his beauty everywhere. Kaho smita jyotsnamrite. Some purchase this beautiful smile of Krishna. When Krishna is walking in Vrindavan, some gopis, they can't even look above the Pitambar. They are just absorbed looking at the beautiful Pitambar. Some are absorbed in looking at the beautiful feet, lotus feet of Krishna. Some are absorbed in looking at the peacock feather of Krishna. Some are absorbed in looking at the beautiful smile of Krishna. Kaho smita jyotsnamrite, kaha re adharamrite. Other purchase the nectar of the lips. So in this way, Saba Loka Kare Apyaita, Krishna pleases everyone. Krishna appears in this world to freely distribute this most beautiful form. Swamurtya Loka Lavanya Nirmuktya Lochanam Disham Trigbhischa Pitan Chittam Padaistan Ikshatam Kriya Achidya Kirti Sushlokam Vitatya Anjasanukau Tamo Anayata Rishyanti Agat Swam Padamishwaraha. It is described. Swamurtya Lokalavanya. Krishna has manifested his most beautiful form. Lokalavanya, it is the most beautiful form in this entire universe. And by his beauty, he attracts everyone. Nirmuktya Lochanam Drisham. When he glances on anyone, he captures that living entity. When Krishna walks, that walk of Krishna is attractive. Padaistan ikshatam kriya. Achidya kirti sushlokam. In this way, Krishna has spread his glory everywhere. Krishna appears in this world only for this one purpose, to attract all of us. But our unfortunate condition is, even after hearing all this, our minds, they don't get attracted to the beautiful form of Krishna, because there is such a thick covering of illusion, such a thick covering of material way, that we can't even appreciate the beauty of Krishna. We can't appreciate the sweetness which is there in the names of Krishna. Durdaiva midrashamiha janina anuraga. So that's why Kaviraj Goswami, he again and again repeats this beautiful form of Krishna. The form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhagavatam describes in great detail. so that somehow or other, for even a small moment, we can get absorbed in this beauty. We can't get absorbed always, at least for some time we should get absorbed. That is also success in our conditioned state. So that's why Bhagavatam repeatedly, Chaitanya Charitamrita repeatedly glorifies the form of Krishna. Because nothing else in this world can give satisfaction. We have tried for many, many lives to enjoy this world's beauty, but we have not received any satisfaction, no relief. Kamadinam katina katidha palita duranidesha tesham jata maina karuna nutrapanopasanti utsrijya etanath yadupade sampratam labda buddhi tvamayatah sharanam abhayam mam niyushvatmadasye. I've served my anarthas for many, many lives, O my Lord. They have never given me relief, no peace, no compassion. In this life, O my Lord, by your mercy, by mercy of your devotees, I have come to your shelter. Please accept me. Mahaprabhu is absorbed in describing the beauty of Krishna. Vipulaya taruna madan madapurnana mantri yara ei duinayan lavanya keli sadan jala netra rasayan sukhamaya govinda vadan. Kaviraj Goswami is so beautifully with such nectar describing the glories of Krishna's beauty. Vipulayat Aruna. The eyes of Krishna, they are reddish, widespread. Madana Madapurnana. And the eyes of Krishna, they subdue the pride of even Cupid. He is Madana Mohan. Cupid has beautiful eyes. Krishna's beautiful eyes, they subdue the beauty of of Cupid's pride. And these eyes, Mantri Yara E Duinayan, they are the ministers of this king of the face of Krishna. Face of Krishna, yeah. Face of Krishna is the king, and the ministers of this king are the two eyes. And then Lavanya Keli Sadan, that face, it is a home of wonderful pastimes of beauty. So many beautiful features are manifesting in this form of Krishna's face. Every moment, new beauty. Nitya Navanavayaman. There is always a competition between gopis and Krishna. We heard Mahaprabhu explaining in the previous verses. Krishna's beauty is like the mirror. Krishna's face is like the mirror, which reflects the beauty of gopis. When the gopis are beautiful, Krishna becomes more beautiful because it is reflected in the mirror of Krishna's face. And there's a continuous competition going on. And nobody accepts the defeat. Lavanya Keli Sadana Jala Netra Rasayan. And these two eyes, they are very, very pleasing to the world. And that is the beautiful face of Krishna. Sukhamaya Govinda Vadan. Yara Punya Punja Phale Se Mukha Darshan Mile. Dui Akhi Ki Garibe Pane. Dviguna Bade Trishna Loba Pite Nare Manakshoba Dukhe Kore Vidhi Ranindare. Now Mahaprabhu goes in the mood of, he's in the mood of gopis. And the gopis, as they condemn Brahmaji, what type of eyes you have created? You are a foolish creator. The best of the greatest creator of this universe is condemned by the greatest devotees of the Lord. Nobody can escape criticism, however great one may be. So Mahaprabhu is saying, Yara punya punja phale se mukha darshana mile. If by devotional service one gets some credits of pious activities, that is devotional credits, not ordinary, that is bhakti unmukhi sukriti. Yara punya punja phale se mukha darshan mile. They can get darshan of Krishna's beautiful face. Not everybody can get the darshan of Krishna's face. And when somebody gets the chance to have darshan of Krishna's face, Dui aankhein ki koribe pane. Krishna's beauty is unlimited. What these two eyes will relish. And the desire to drink this beauty, to relish this beauty is increasing. His thirst and the greed increases twofold by seeing the beauty of Krishna, nectarian face of Krishna, but the eyes blink. So therefore, what are they doing? They become very unhappy. Pite nare manakshobh. They become very anxious and disturbed, and they are criticizing the creator. Dukhe kore vidhi ranindane. They are criticizing the creator. What type of eyes you have created? What are they saying? नादिले का लक्ष्य कोटि सबे दिला आंखें दुटी ताते दिला मिमिष आच्छादन विधि जड़ तपोधन रस शून्य तार मन नहीं जाने योग्य सृजन. Very strong criticism. ना दिले का लक्ष्य कोटि. अरे विधि didn't give me 1 lakh eyes, millions of eyes. That means thousands and millions. Lakshya koti. Vidhi should have, Brahmaji should have given thousands and millions of eyes. But he has given only 2 eyes. Sabe dila aankhein duti, 2 aankhein diye khali. And on top of that, they blink. Tate dila nimisha achhadan. And they are also disturbing by blinking. What type of creation is this? I cannot see the beautiful face of Krishna. Vidhi jada tapodhan. Brahma is a foolish, dull personality. Why he is dull? Because he is always engaged in severe tapasya. He has become tasteless. Rasa shunya taraman. The tapasvis, they don't have that rasa. They can't experience the beauty of the Lord. So Brahma, what can he do? He is a jada shunya tapodhan. Vidhi jada tapodhan. Rasa shunya taraman. And his heart is devoid of any taste. So what is this, Brahmaji? You don't know how to create. You don't know how to make a good eye, good body. And the creator, he says that let those who will see Krishna's beautiful face have 2 eyes. What is this? This is not a good creation. He does not even know the art of creation. He should ask us. If he took my advice, then I'll tell him. Give millions of eyes to a person who wants to see the beauty of Krishna. Then your creation is perfect. What is this? You have given only 2 eyes. You give millions of eyes. Then I'll say that you are competent in your work. Abhi to you are jad tapodhan. You don't know how to create. And then Mahaprabhu goes on to describe the sweetness of Krishna's body, face, and smile. Krishnanga madhurya sindhu sumadhura mukha indu अति मधु स्मित सुकिरणे ऐतीने लागिला मन लोभे करे आस्वादन श्लोक पढ़े स्वहस्त चालने. He says Krishnanga Madhurya Sindhu, the body of Krishna, the form of Krishna, it is ocean of beauty. Madhurya Sindhu, Sumadhura Mukha Indu, and the extraordinary vision is the moon above that ocean. What is that? The face. The Krishna's face, it is the moon above the beautiful ocean of Krishna's beauty. Ati madhu smita sukirane. And on top of it, what are the beautiful rays which are coming from this moon? That is a smile of Krishna. When Krishna smiles, that is sumadhur, ati sumadhur. So in this way, as Krishna, Mahaprabhu is speaking all this about Krishna's body, Krishna's face, Krishna's smile, Mahaprabhu goes into ecstasy. And he got hold of Sanatana Goswami's hand and he was moving his hands in ecstasy. And then he recited a verse. So it is so very wonderful that Mahaprabhu, he is describing such beauty of Krishna. Previously also we have heard Kaviraj Goswami speaking the same similar description. कृष्णांगलावण्यपूर मधुर होइते सुमधुर ताते मुख सुधाकर मधुर होइते सुमधुर ताहा होइते सुमधुर तारा ए स्मित ज्योत्सना भर. Krishnanga Lavanyapur, Krishna's body is a city of beauty. Madhur hoite sumadhur. In that, the most beautiful is the Mukha Sudhakar, the face of Krishna. And in that beautiful face, the most beautiful aspect is Mukha Sudhakar, the Tara Smita Jyotsnamar, the beautiful smile of Krishna. That is the most beautiful part of Krishna's beauty. So Mahaprabhu, he starts reciting a verse. Oh my Lord, the transcendental body of Krishna is very sweet. His face is even sweeter. His smile is even sweeter still. Oh my dear Sanatan, the sweetness of Krishna's personality is just like the ocean of ambrosia. And although my mind is now afflicted with the disease of convulsion, therefore I can't drink this beauty. Because I can't even stand properly, I can't even see properly. I'm in a state of convulsion. My mind is in a state of convulsion. I can't see this beauty sufficiently. I'm so very afflicted by convulsive disease. And therefore, my physician, he doesn't allow me to drink a drop of this beauty. Who is this physician? That is Krishna himself. Prabhupada writes, what is this convulsive disease? When there is combination of kapha, vata, pitta, all this gets disturbed. Then there is convulsive disease, sannipati. Srila Prabhupada explains what Mahaprabhu is saying. All these are wonderful ecstatic emotions which are coming from a heart full of Krishna's love. These are the highest ecstatic symptoms. Ecstasy is which Mahaprabhu is revealing. He is revealing the heart of Srimati Radharani. And we as ordinary sadhakas, we can't even understand a drop of it. We can hear it, we can appreciate it, we can appreciate the words, but what it means actually, it is unfathomable. Because Krishna, all this is experienced and relished in pure state. Nirmat Saranam Satam. Bhagavatam is relished by pure devotees. For sadhakas, it is a medicine. Currently, we are drinking this medicine, drinking this beauty of Krishna as a medicine. But a healthy person can relish the beauty of Krishna. A pure devotee can relish the beauty of Krishna. Just like a sugarcane juice is so sweet, but a patient who has jaundice, he is drinking as a medicine. But a healthy person, he relishes sugarcane juice. So if we are in a prayerful mood, grateful mood that we are getting a chance to hear such description, then we are also getting purified just by hearing this description of Krishna's beauty. Although we may not be able to appreciate because we are conditioned by our anarthas, at least we know that there is something which is not in this material world, not of this material world, and I am not able to experience that because Durdaiva Midrashami Hajani Nanuraga, I have conditioned mind, conditioned intelligence. What to do? So these descriptions should make us more and more eager to taste that. Srila Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, Natada bhasayate suryo na sushanko na pavaka yadikatva na nivartante tadhama paramam mama. There Prabhupada writes, one should be captivated by the description of spiritual world. That's why Krishna has come in this world. Achadya kirti sushlokam vitatya anjasanukau. Mahaprabhu, Krishna has manifested his beauty in this material world for what? So that we get attracted. That's why he has given such descriptions. It is our fortune that we are hearing such description. This was not available in the previous ages. Such beautiful description. Although it looks material comparisons, but Our material mind can only comprehend material things. That's why these material examples are given. Material examples are given. Sri Chaitanya Prabhupada writes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, the disease, you know what is the disease? Disease of mind is caused by the personal features of Krishna's beauty. And the three elements of Krishna's body, Krishna's beauty, his body, the beauty of his face, and beauty of his smile. They have caused this disease. And because I am stricken by these three beauties, my mind goes into convulsion. And therefore, I can't relish this beauty. Although Krishna is standing right there, my mind goes into ecstasy. I can't even relish this beauty of Krishna. Krishna, he is my physician also. He doesn't allow me to drink this beauty. He doesn't allow even to take a drop of this ocean. So the gopis, Mahaprabhu, he represents himself in the mood of gopis. The gopis want to drink the beauty of Krishna, but they are so absorbed and enamored. Krishna doesn't allow them to come near him. They can't drink the beauty of Krishna. They are stuck at one place and they completely go into ecstasy, oblivious, completely stunned. कृष्णांग लावण्यपूर मधुर होइते सुमधुर ताते मुख सुधाकर मधुर होइते सुमधुर तहा होइते सुमधुर तारे स्मित ज्योत्सना भर. This is the same verse which we just discussed. मधुर होइते सुमधुर तहा होइते सुमधुर तहा होइते अति सुमधुर आपनारा एक पणे व्यापे सब त्रिभुवने दश दिक्क व्यापे यारपुर. Madhur hoite sumadur. The beauty of Krishna's smile is the sweetest of all. Krishna's beauty is all wonderful. In that, the best is Krishna's face. In that, the best is Krishna's smile. And his smile, apanara ekakane vyape sabatri bhuvane. Krishna's smile is like a full moon. And the rays of this full moon spreads throughout this universe. Dasha dikke vyape yarapur. And it spreads throughout the three worlds, not just this universe. It spreads till Goloka, Vaikuntha, and material worlds also. That's the beauty of Krishna. After describing the beauty of Krishna's body, then Mahaprabhu starts describing the flute sound and the effects of flute sound of Krishna. Mahaprabhu continues. The illumination of Krishna's smile is like that camphor. Krishna's smile is like the camphor. All these analogies are also far out. The examples comparisons which Kaviraj Goswami is making is amazing. Mahaprabhu is explaining such wonderfully. The illumination of Krishna's smile is like the camphor. And this camphor enters the sweetness of his lips. This camphor of smile enters the sweetness of the lips, and then that sweetness gets transformed. When Krishna's smile enters Krishna's lips, that sweetness gets transformed, and when Krishna plays his flute, that transformed sweetness enters the holes of the flute of Krishna. And this song of Krishna's flute spreads in all the four directions. And even though Krishna vibrates his flute in this universe, the flute sound pierces the coverings of the material universe and goes till spiritual sky. And then enters Goloka Vrindavan, and there the damsels of Braja, they are attracted by the flute of Krishna as he is playing his flute in this material world. And this flute sound is very, very aggressive. It is so aggressive that any chaste woman can't maintain their vows of chastity after hearing this flute sound of Krishna. What to speak of the ordinary damsels of this, ordinary ladies of this world, the gopis, even the Lakshmis are attracted. Even the Devis, the heavenly damsels are attracted to Krishna's flute sound. And you know what happens when Krishna's flute sound enters the ears of the gopis? काणेर भीतर वासा करे अपने तहाँ सदा स्फुरे अन्य शब्द ना दे प्रवेशिते आन कथा ना शुने कान आन बोलिते बुलाया नई कृष्णेर वंशी रचरिते. When Krishna's flute sound enters the ears of the gopis, काणेर भीतर वासा करे, it resides there. अपने तहाँ सदा स्फुरे, and it manifests newer and newer ecstatic symptoms. Anya Shabda Nadeya Praveshita, they are always prominent there. That means the gopis, they can't hear anything else. The flute sound doesn't allow anything else to enter the ears of the gopis. It is the most prominent sound the gopis are hearing. Anya Shabda Nadeya Praveshite. Ana Katha na shune kan, an bolite bolayan. They can't hear anything. They can't speak anything. They are completely stunned. Hey Krishnera Vamshi Racharite. These are the characteristics of flute sound of Krishna. Prabhupada writes, in other words, a devotee who has heard the flute of Krishna forgets to talk or hear any other material sound. This all looks so very esoteric. Where is Krishna's flute sound? This is only for the gopis. Prabhupada gives a very, very brilliant purport here. He says, the vibration of Krishna's flute is represented by Hare Krishna Mahamantra. A serious devotee of the Lord who hears and chants this Hare Krishna mantra becomes so accustomed that he cannot divert his attention to anything or anyone. So there is sufficient, there is intense, unlimited nectar available in the holy names. But our condition is we can't taste even a drop of it, a particle of it. Durdaiva. So at least we should pray for that. Even if we can't experience a drop of it, we should keep on praying for that mercy. And our prayers should also manifest in our actions. How sincerely we are chanting, how prayerfully, attentively we are chanting. Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, he writes in Hari Bhakti Vilas, the 6 things needed for a good japa. Manas samharanam shaucham, maunam, mantrartha chintanam, avyagratvam anirveda, japa sampatti hetavaha. If you want to get the jap sampatti, 6 things we should practice. First is mana samharanam. Try to bring the mind wherever it goes. We should not allow the mind to keep wandering. It is the nature of the mind to wander. Yato yato nishchalati manasyanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamye tadatmanya vasham nayet. Bring it back. Manas samharanam shaucham. Keep the mind clean, externally and internally clean. Externally, we keep the body clean by taking bath. We keep the mind clean by not putting anything which is not favorable for Krishna consciousness. Mauna means only speaking of Krishna. Mantrartha chintanam. As we are chanting, once in a while we should always remember, one should keep on reminding ourselves the meaning of this mantra, what I am doing. Oh Hare, oh energy of Krishna, please engage me in service of Krishna, who is all attractive, who is source of all pleasure. Please engage me in service. So that is very important. Avyakratvam, we should not be hasty in our chanting. We should not be chanting so fast. Spend time with Krishna. We should not be in the mood of japa khatam karna hai. No, we are there to develop relation with Krishna. So we should not be hasty in our chanting. Anirveda. Anirveda means we should not get disturbed by whatever is happening in our life. So flute sound of Krishna, it is Hare Krishna mantra. And when Krishna plays his flute, the gopis, they are completely conquered by the flute of Krishna. The sound of Krishna conquers. There is a whole section whole chapter in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Venu Gita. What all things happen when Krishna plays his flute? When Krishna plays his flute, Nija Samasaka Sange Gogana Charana Range Brindavane Swachanda Vihar Yar Veno Dhvani Shuni Sthavara Jangama Prani Pulaka Kampa Ashru Bahedhar. There are unprecedented transformations in Vrindavan when Krishna plays his flute. The rivers stop, Yamuna stops, stunned, and the trees, they stop moving, the stones, they melt, the birds, they become silent. They sit on the branch with their eyes closed, with their ears raised, just hearing the flute of Krishna. The deers, they are just looking at Krishna's beauty with their ears upraised. The trees, they bow down. The birds, all the animate and inanimate beings, they get stunned. The calves drinking the milk of their mother cows, the milk is still in the mouth of these calves. As Krishna's flute sound enters the ears of these calves, they get stunned. They can't swallow that milk. With the milk in their mouth, they are just absorbed in hearing the flute of Krishna. All the heavenly damsels, they get disturbed, agitated, hearing the flute of Krishna. Even the devatas, they get attracted. So many transformations. That's why the gopis, it is described, the gopis, they condemn the flute. They tell, this flute, why she has taken such a diksha where she is troubling all of us. She has come from a bamboo which is so straight, and she has taken a diksha which is so crooked, she troubles us. So that is the beauty of Krishna's flute. It bewilders everyone and it conquers all the residents of Vrindavan. And Mahaprabhu, as he is describing the beauty of Krishna's flute, he goes on to describe how everyone in Vrindavan gets stunned seeing the beauty, hearing the flute of Krishna. So the gopis, they are telling, Akshanvatam phalamidam na param vidama Sakhyuh pashun anuviveshatayor vyasyai Vaktram vrajesha tanayor Vaktram vrajesha sutayor anuvenu jushtam Yairvani pitam anurakta kataksha moksham. So he says, so all the gopis, they are discussing among themselves. Oh friends, those eyes that see the beauty of the face of Nandasuta, Krishna, they are so very fortunate. As he is moving around in the forest with the cows and holding the flute to their mouth, they are conquering everyone. Gopya tapa gopya kimacharadayam kushalam smamenum damodaradhara sutham api gopikanam bhungte swayam yadavashishtara samradinyo Rishyo, Rishyatvacho Ashrumamucha Taravo Yatharya. So they are saying, we don't know what austerity the mother of this bamboo must have performed. They're drinking the, she is drinking the beauty of the nectar from Krishna's lips. Damodaradhara Sudha. They belong to us, the nectar belongs to us, and this dead bamboo is drinking the nectar of Krishna's lips. What is this? This Vrindavan has increased the fortune of Mother Earth. Vrindavanam sakhi bhuvo vitanoti kirtim yad devaki sutapadam bhujalabdha lakshmi govinda venu manumatta mayura nrityam prekshadrisan vavaratanya samasta sattvam. This Vrindavan has increased the beauty and the glory of Mother Earth because Krishna has walked on the surface of Vrindavan. Krishna has not walked in other places. He wears slippers. In Vrindavan, he doesn't wear slippers. Govinda Venu Manumatta Mayura Nrityam. When Krishna plays his flute, everyone gets intoxicated. The peacocks get intoxicated, they dance. And then they are saying, this flute is so very fortunate. Although born in a low species, a bamboo tree, Dhanyasvamodagatayopi harinya eta. And just look at these deers. They are getting a chance to hear the flute of Krishna. They come near Krishna and they are looking at the beauty of Krishna. They are hearing the flute of Krishna with such affection. And we are not able to bring that beauty. So that's how the gopis, they glorify the flute of Krishna. And they say, this flute, she has taken such diksha, Gopangana Gana Vimohana Mantra Diksha. She has taken diksha to bewilder the gopis. This is not fair. The flute is born in such a pious and Siddha Sada family, Bamboo Strait. Why she has taken diksha in mantra or flute sound? Krishna has given such mantra diksha. Sadvamshatastava Purushottamasya Panao Sthiti Muralike Saralasi Jatya Kasmat Tvaya Sakhi Guru Vishama Grihita Gopangana Gana Vimohana Mantra Diksha. Why the flute has taken diksha in such a mantra which bewilders Gopangana Gana Vimohana Mantra Diksha? This flute, she has taken diksha in such a dangerous mantra. It enchants all the gopis. So that is the flute of Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, as he is describing this beauty of Krishna's flute, Krishna's body, he was in ecstasy, he was in trance. Then after a long time, he comes back to external consciousness. Then he tells Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, I have not spoken what I was intending to speak. And Krishna is very merciful to you that he has bewildered me and you could hear all this wonderful description. I was not intending to speak all this. It happens sometimes in the classes, a speaker speaks something, he prepares something, and in the course of description, he goes on in another route altogether in the flow, and he spends his whole class describing some other things, other topics which he has not prepared. So Mahaprabhu is in that mood. I didn't intend to speak all this, but Krishna is merciful to you. So he has revealed his personal opulence and sweetness. And Mahaprabhu says, actually, I've become mad, man. That's why I'm speaking one thing instead of other. I didn't want to speak all this. I got carried away by the nectarian ocean of Krishna's beauty and sweetness. That's why I spoke all those things. And then Mahaprabhu remained silent for a moment. And he again spoke to Sanatana Goswami. He gives the falashruti of what he spoke. Krishnera madhuriyar mahaprabhur mukhe ihaye shune se bhase prema sukhe. So Sri Kaviraj Goswami, he gives a falashruti. Krishnera madhuri ar mahaprabhur mukhe. Anybody who has heard the beautiful description of Krishna's beauty from the mouth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, ihaye shune sei bhase prema sukhe. He is drowned in the nectar of love of Krishna. That's how Sri Chaitanya Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ends this chapter. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Yaras Chaitanya Charitamrta Kahe Krishnadas. We'll continue from the 22nd chapter. In the 21st chapter, Mahaprabhu explained Sambandha Gyan. In great detail, he explained in previous few chapters. He explained that in the 20th chapter, 21st chapter about the Sambandha Gyan. Now in this 22nd chapter, he starts explaining the Abhidheya, the process of devotional service. And in this chapter, first of all, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he describes the truth about the living entities. He describes the super excellence of devotional service. And then he describes the uselessness of jnana and yoga. And he recommends everyone to practice bhakti yoga. He describes that the so-called speculative method, it is just a waste of time and energy. An intelligent person should not indulge in karma kanda, jnana kanda, and ashtanga yoga and all that. It's all useless. If one takes to devotional service, then he will be saved by the Lord. One can come to the practice of devotional service only by the blessings of pure devotees. Alone, one cannot practice devotional service. And slowly, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kobunoye Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Koraya Uday, the love of God awakens in the heart of this sadhaka. And then Mahaprabhu describes the differences between a pure devotee and all the other living entities. He describes the dangers in this path of Bhakti Yoga, association of Vishaya and Vishayi. He describes in great detail about the Sadhana Bhakti. In that, he describes Vidhi Marga and Raga Marga. And then he describes the 64 limbs of devotional service. And in that, 5 are most important. So all these he describes in this chapter. We'll begin this 22nd chapter. Like every chapter, Kaviraj Goswami, he begins this chapter also by glorifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Tam Karunarnavam Kalau Apiyati Udheyam Bhaktiryena Prakashita. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam. I offer my obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the ocean of mercy. Devam Tam Karuna Arnavam. He is the ocean of mercy. Although these matters, Kalau Api Ati Mudha, it is very, very confidential. All these things which Mahaprabhu is explaining, it is very confidential. But Mahaprabhu he distributed nectar like water. Hena prema Sri Caitanya dila jatha tatha jagaye madhai paryanta ner ka katha. He gave this pure love of God to everyone. Nahi jane stan astan yare tare koila dan Mahaprabhu data Shiromani. He is the best of the givers of benediction. Nobody is as merciful and as charitable like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaur Bhaktavrinda. So Mahaprabhu, he continues. I have explained Sambandha Gyan, the relation with Krishna. Now, I shall speak about the characteristics of devotional service, Abhidheya. What is this What is this devotional service? What is the process? How to practice it? By this devotional service, one can attain the shelter of Krishna. And all the activities of human beings should be centered only on devotional service. That should be the center of all our activities, whatever we are doing in our life. The only thing we should be focused on is I have to make my life perfect by making my relation with Krishna perfect. And this is the verdict of all literatures, all scriptures. श्रुतिर्माता पृष्टा दिशति भवदाराधन विधिम यथा मातुर्वाणी स्मृति अपि तथा वक्ति भगिनी पुराणाद्या ये वा सहजनिवः ते तद् अनुगा अतः सत्यं ज्ञानं मुरहर भवानेव शरणम्. Shruti Mata, all the Vedas, they are like the mothers. When they are questioned, Sprishta Dishati, when they are questioned, whom to worship? When the scriptures are questioned, whom to worship? They are like mother. Bhavaдаradhana vidhim. They only point to your devotional service. Shruti Mata Prishta Dishati Bhavaдаradhana vidhim. Bhavaдаradhana vidhim. Then Yatha Matu Vani Smriti. Just like mothers are telling, mother tells, okay, worship Krishna. The scriptures, the Smriti, Puranas, they are like Bhagini, they are the sisters. They also say the same thing. They also say, worship Krishna, worship you. Yatha Maturvani Smriti Api Tatha Vakti Bhagini. So there, and then the Smritis, the Smriti Shastras, they are like sisters. Then Puranas, Puranadhyayeva Sahajanivaha Tatte Anuga. Puranas, they are like the brothers. They also follow in the footsteps of their mother. They also tell you are supposed to be worshipped. Ata Satyam Gyatam, O Hara, O enemy of Mura demon. Therefore, the conclusion is Bhava Eva Sharanam. You are the only shelter. Mahaprabhu quotes this verse from one Vedic literature. How Krishna is the only shelter of all the living entities, and that is mentioned in the Smritis, Shrutis, Puran, etc. Krishna is that supreme, absolute, non-dual, absolute truth. Advaya Jnana Tattva Krishna. And he is the one, and he has many potencies, he has various Shaktis, and he has various expansions. Swamsha Vibhinnamsha Rupe Hayya Vistar Ananta Vaikuntha Brahmande Korena Vihar. Swamsha Vibhinnamsha. Swamsha are the personal expansions of Krishna. Vibhinnamsha are the living entities. The Lord manifests this universe by his expansions. The living entities are also expansions of Krishna. They are separated expansions. Swamsha Vistara Chaturvyuha Avatara Gan Vibhinnamsha Jivatare Shakti Te Ganan. Who is Swamsha? Who is Vibhinnamsha? Swamsha are the personal expansions. Chaturvyuha are in that. And Vibhinnamsha, all the living entities, they are the separated expansions. Prabhupada writes, Apareyamitastvanyam prakritim vidhi me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. There is my external energy, internal energy, and then there is another energy, that is the living entities, Jiva Bhuta. They are maintaining this universe. It is a critical, sarcastic way of telling because they desired, that's why this universe is there. So they are not Purusha, they are Prakriti, living entities, they are not controllers, they are controlled. And the Krishna consciousness movement is giving a chance to all the living entities to make their life perfect. Otherwise, in this world, there are so many people who want to defy Krishna. They pose that they are God. Prabhupada gives the example of Paundraka. When Krishna was there, this Paundraka Vasudeva was telling, I am not, I am Krishna, he is not Krishna. Say Vibhinnamsha Jiva Duita Prakar Eka Nitya Mukta Eka Nitya Samsar. There are two kinds of Vibhinnamsha, Nitya Mukta, Nitya Baddha. Who is Nitya Mukta? Nitya Mukta Nitya Krishna Charane Unmukh Krishna Parishada Nama Bhunje Seva Sukha. They are always liberated. They are associates, they are eternal associates of Krishna. They are enjoying the nectar of Krishna's service. Bhunje Seva Sukha. They are always aware of Krishna's service. They never turn away from Krishna. And who is Nitya Bandha? Nitya Bandha Krishna Hoite Nitya Bahirmukh. Nitya Samsara Bhunje Narakadi Dukha. We have discussed these verses many times. They are coming. They are in this section. So who is this Nitya Bandha? He has turned his face away from Krishna. Nitya Bandha Krishna Hoite Nitya Bahirmukha. Nitya Samsara Bhunje Narakadi Dukha. And that's why they are suffering in this material world. Adhibhautika, Adhidaivika, Adhyatmika Tapa. Sometimes going to heaven, sometimes going to hell. And because of this desire to enjoy, Sahi doshe maya pishachi dandakore tare, Adhyatmika adhitapatre jare jari mare. Because of this desire to lord it over material nature, Maya Devi punishes the living entities by these three types of miseries. Kama krodhera dasahaya taralati khaye. Bhramite Bhramite Yadi Sadhu Vaidyapai. How this conditioned soul will be delivered? He is beaten by material energy because he is the servant of Kam and Krodha. Somehow he gets Sadhu Vaidya. In the previous times, the Vaidyas, they knew the art of removing the poison of a snake by chanting mantras. So living entity is bitten by the snake of desires. How to remove this poison? The sadhu Vaidya, devotee physician, he gives a mantra. Tara upadesha mantre pishachi palai. Krishna bhakti pai tabe Krishna nikate aaye. If somebody is haunted by ghost or some witch, you have to chant mantras. Then only that pishachi will go. This pishachi of material illusion will go only when we hear that mantra spoken by that pure devotee. Prabhupada writes about Nitya Baddha Jiva, they are always conditioned, they are suffering. But Nitya Mukta, they are ever liberated. Sometimes Nitya Mukta Jiva, they come in this material world to assist the Lord in their pastimes, in his pastimes. They are Krishna Parashada, always liberated. Nitya Baddha, he suffers because he enjoys. He wants to enjoy, he suffers. Kicked by Maya Devi. Somehow, if devotee comes in his life, he is liberated. And then he prays. This beautiful verse we heard just. Kamadinam katina katidha palita durnidesha tesham jata maina karuna natrabano pashanti utsrijya etan thayadupate sampratam labda buddhi Tvamaya sharanam abhayam mam nyumshvatmadasye. So after he comes in touch with devotees, then he comes to this realization, oh my Lord, I have served my kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mad, matsarya for many, many lifetimes, katina, katidha, for millions of lives I have served them. Tesham jata mai na karuna, no compassion, no relief, no peace. In this life, oh my Lord, Usrijya Tan, I have given up their service. I have come to your shelter. Please accept me, O my Lord. So that's how Mahaprabhu starts describing this process of devotional service. We'll stop here. We'll continue from 17th verse next time. हरे कृष्णा। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।